These talks will be decisive on our common fate. The whole world's eyes are on the arguments and the negotiations that you will do here. By taking advantage of this opportunity, we believe that you will have concrete results that will reach us to peace. I would like to thank the heads of the delegation and the members of the delegation once again. We hope that your negotiations and talks will bring great results for the people of Russia and Ukraine. Thank you.
All right, for more on this, let's bring in Ahmet Keser. He's a professor of political science and international relations at Hasan Kalyoncu University. He joins us live from southeastern Turkish province of Gaziantep. Professor, great to have you. I just outlined Turkey's success when it comes to mediating between Ukraine and Russia up until today. What could be the possible outcome from today's meeting?
Thank you very much for having me. If succeeded, of course, it can be a great landmark in the history of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, if it can come to an end. So if we evaluate the Turkey's position maybe within this frame, it will start, as you know, in mediation, there are three types: facilitative mediation, formulative mediation, and manipulative mediation. To my point of understanding, it will start as a facilitative mediation role at the beginning, because Turkey will not use her own position as a leverage, or will not provide any carrots and sticks like manipulative mediator, but provide a place, an office for the parties to come together to discuss the issues. And also, one by one, Turkey will meet with all the parties and bring their concerns and questions to the other party and try to open up the next sessions of the mediation in the future. If this can be succeeded, then maybe the role may transit slowly to formulative mediation, and Turkey may develop some alternative solutions for both parties, which can be acceptable by both of them because of Turkey's balancing policies and equal distance with each parties from the beginning of the conflict till today. So it might pave the way for new era regarding this conflict in the issue, I think. But of course, the operations continued by both parties increase the tension as well. We have to take this also into consideration, like spider network operation conducted by Ukraine and Russia during the weekend may increase the tensions, of course. These are all critical factors which will impact the ongoing negotiations as well.
Professor, let me ask you one question about this operation that Ukraine conducted. I mean, Ukraine knew that it's going to conduct talks with Russia today. What was the point of launching this massive attack on Russia one day before the talks were supposed to take place?
This is a very critical question, actually. I think the first, as you remember, the first session of these talks has started several weeks ago, and during that time, Russia conducted missile attacks in the capital city of Ukraine. So this can be an answer for that one. The second, just before the talks, Ukraine might have preferred to show that this is not the end of the military power of the Ukraine, and Ukraine still have some options or alternatives in the hot conflict. So will not just accept anything brought by the Russian party. So I think this is also, this might be an intent from the Ukrainian party, but there's for sure that the Russian leadership will not welcome this kind of attacks just before the talks, and it will increase the tension and bring the issue from positive to negative. It has a threat within this perspective. That's why, as a mediator, Turkey's role will be difficult in this case. I think it will negatively impact the talks during this progress. But of course, related the impact on the results of the Ukrainian party, it might be an option that Ukraine might have preferred to show that they have some other alternatives and solutions or plans as well to fight. So if Russia wants to go on fight, Ukraine is ready for that. They wanted to show that, I think.
Indeed, and Turkey appears to be optimistic because we heard from the Turkish foreign minister a short while ago where he basically said that he's hoping for some sort of concrete results to come out of these meetings. Professor, let me ask you about the broader regional dynamics and Turkey's involvement when it comes to mediating. For example, over the past few years, we have seen Turkey getting more and more involved in mediating conflicts, trying to foster peace between warring sides. And if you look at Russia and Ukraine and the fact that Turkey has successfully mediated between these two countries in the past, for example, the Black Sea grain agreement, what do you think it tells us about Turkey's role, not just in the region, but beyond as a mediator?
I think the increasing experience of Turkey, especially during the solution of ongoing conflicts in Africa region, in Gulf region, and also as you mentioned, during the grain deal in Black Sea region, this, I think, uploaded a kind of trust on the countries, not only the regional role, but is the global trustful country, because when the given promises to both parties are kept in time, for the mediator, it is one of the most significant things to win the trust of both parties and to be able to stay objective and neutral regarding both parties. I think in Ukraine and Russian case, Turkey has this role from the very beginning because of the balancing diplomacy and policies. So there is a neutral position from Turkey, and they trust for the objectivity of Turkey, because both in economic, political, and diplomatic disciplines areas, Turkey tried to keep going on her connections with both of the countries and leadership. So, for example, President Erdogan can talk with Zelensky and Putin at the same time. So this is a unique example nowadays. And concerning the Trump's, for example, last week explanation speeches regarding some negative aspects uploading to Putin's behavior or perceptions or attitude regarding the war. So Turkey's position is very important in that point. I think Turkey can facilitate this one by talking both parties, and this might be a good attempt to pass to the second session of the mediations as a formulative one, by listening both parties, their expectations, concerns, and what they see as an end point after the conflict, both territorial and also the population meanings. So Turkey can then try on her own homework and try to provide new solutions for both parties and alternatives, and can submit to both parties. If this can be succeeded, I think we can pass to the next steps in the near future. We will see if the parties are really neutral and if they really wish to have an end, ceasefire regarding this conflict. We will see in the near future, I think.
Professor Ahmet Keser, thanks very much for joining me here on TRT World. Appreciate your taking out the time.
Thank you very much.